A Missouri doe, giant bucks, and a dream come true, all coming at you. I'm Matt Drury, and this is a 13 cutting room floor edition of DODTV. If you saw this week's episode of 13, then you saw that absolute gigantic buck called Superstar that Taylor had the encounter with. Well, we had to cut something for time, so what you're about to see, well, that's the rest of the story.
If you watched 13, you got to see Taylor's encounter with Superstar, giant 180 class Iowa buck. What you did not see was an encounter that happened after that with this really mature old 8-point we call the perfect 8.
The night goes on, we saw Superstar on his feet. Now the light's starting to get dim and the perfect 8 walks in just at the last blink of light.
I can barely see.
Here he is at 7.5. He's wearing his best rack, big mass, big frame.
He gets in there all the way to 30 or 35 yards.
And that light was very, very dim. It looks a lot brighter on the camera, but for my eyes, I did not want to push it.
And a giant deer like that, you've got to make sure you can put it through the boiler room. I think that's a good choice, but boy, does that get you excited to get back in that stand the next time the wind's out of the north. There's a huge story to be told with this particular deer. He's a buck that I get pictures of each and every year in and around this spot, and it goes all the way back to 2012 when this deer was 3.5, then 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5. You see him aging, you see that rack getting bigger, and here he is in the fall of 16, fully mature, and this is the only encounter we had with him. In fact, the pictures told another story as the year progressed. I get a few more pictures and then all of a sudden in late November, they just stopped. My guess is this deer probably was killed on a neighboring property. I just didn't hear about him. If by chance you killed him or if you have any information about this particular deer, please contact us at Drury Outdoors. I'd love to know the end of this story. I've been scratching my head a little bit.
With this lighting, I just wasn't comfortable to make that shot. To be able to see 2 of our main shooters here in one night is just incredible.
It's not often that you have a buck the magnitude, the sheer size of Superstar come in. And then to have another giant come in within bow range, Taylor really showed some perseverance there, holding off on the shot. It was getting a little dark. She did the right thing. But man, what a couple encounters in one evening. If you've watched anything that we've done at Drury Outdoors in the last, 20 years, then you know that my old man winner, Terry Drury, he loves to keep his deer herd in check. Well, that means he just loves a good doe hunt. This phase was no different. Old man Winter was back at his usual games. That means the does, they're in trouble.
Look at old brother Terry putting that rage through the pump house.
Bada bing, bada boom. Uncle Terry is on a doe mission.
I wouldn't normally do this, but I think we're gonna get her out of here before a bunch more deer move. Our thermals are dropping this way. The wind is going that way, so I don't like the scenario right now. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and climb out, go put a tag on her, get her back to the barn, get her field dressed, get her in a cooler. Couldn't have worked out any better. She got in there real close. We had biologic radishes right underneath us, and that's where she was heading to. And as luck would have it, we put a good shot on her. All I'm waiting for is that beautiful text message from Brother Mark about Riley. Hope you're in them tonight, buddy.
September 28th, and I believe today's the day that Riley comes into Mark's camp. So we're hoping that Mark can get him on a deer, and I don't know, tonight just feels really good.
It is so hard to get bobcat footage that beautiful in their natural state. To me, that's a 10.
That is so cool. It's not really the best sign, though. Hopefully, it takes out, gets out of here.
That was a cool encounter and certainly worth sharing. Awesome, awesome. I love seeing predators out there doing what they do best.
Now, on this final segment of the cutting room floor, we're switching up gears a little bit. You saw in the episode a great segment with our partners at Catch a Dream and a great young man by the name of Riley Proctor. He got his deer of a lifetime, but we're gonna dive in a little further and show you just what this experience is all about.
We love doing the show 13, but one of the shortcomings, if you will, is the fact that we don't always get to portray everything that happens during any individual hunt, thus the cutting room floor. Well, when it comes to the Catch a Dream event each year, this spans over 3 or 4 days. That's hard to cut down into 7 or 8 minutes on TV. So one of the cool things that Riley got to do this year, he got to fly in an airplane. Thank you to Mark Freeze and that gang up there at Analogics. They came down and gave Riley the ride of his life.
When Mark called, he said you were possibly maybe interested in an airplane ride and flying an airplane. Are you interested?
Yeah.
Well, what we did is we brought this young gentleman right here. His name is Cameron.
Hi, Riley.
Cameron is an instructor, so he's going to teach you how to fly, all in 1 hour. Nothing to go wrong. You will not let it. And Mom and Dad and sister, you guys are more than welcome to go along.
Riley, you can go all the way up to the front, to the right seat, and otherwise, you guys can sit wherever you want.
That was awesome. Was that cool? That was awesome.
Like that?
Yeah.
I always enjoy Spencer or Marty's message when it comes time to the banquet. And that's an important part of the Catch a Dream experience. The hunt is one side of it, but in reality, the most important part happens at that banquet, and it happens within that message. We always like to play out as much as we can here on the cutting room floor, because that's really what it's all about.
You could say this is a book of recipes. It's probably one of my favorite recipe books.
but it's a little bit different kind of recipe than you may think. You know what that is, Riley? Can you read that? What's that say? That's exactly right. That's the Holy Bible. In here, you'll see a portion highlighted, and it's bookmarked, the book of Isaiah, verses 30 and 31. I'm going to read both of those to you. You just heard Isaiah 40:31. Verse 30 says, "Even the youths shall faint and be weary, grow tired and weary. The young men shall utterly fall." Okay, Riley, treatment has had you down, right? You've been tired the last few days. Every time you go to treatment, you're tired. You just don't feel like getting up and doing things, okay? And if we left it right there, then it just wouldn't make sense. But the next verse starts out with the word "but." So I'm gonna go back and read 30. "Even youth shall faint and be weary, and young men shall utterly fall. But those who hope in the Lord shall renew their strength. They'll mount up with wings like eagles. They'll run and not be weary. They'll walk and not faint." Mr. Riley, Mom, Dad, Maddie, that's a recipe right there for you guys to live by. That verse is a verse of hope, okay? Catch a Dream is here to provide you with hope, and hope for a future, and not necessarily a future here on earth. Riley, what you're going through, one day you will be healed. I promise you that. I promise you. Mom, Dad, it may not be a healing here on earth. We hope and pray that it is, but there's only one true healing, and that's through Jesus Christ our Father. So that verse right there, Riley, even youths, even young men will get tired, okay? Why is young men such a significant thing? Because they're the strongest. They're the bravest of the brave. Who do we send overseas to fight our battles? It's not old guys, it's young men and young women. This passage said those guys are going to get tired. Even they're going to fall, okay? But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength and soar on wings like eagles. An eagle's wing is what? The symbol of power, okay? The United States of America is powerful. That's why that bird is so symbolic. You'll run and not grow weary. One day, you're going to run. You're going to not be coughing anymore. You're going to not have any problems whatsoever, okay? You'll walk and not be faint. My hope is that you will be able to do that soon. Hope these treatments you're going through work. Hope and pray that they do. What is it, a week or two when we find out some results of some kind? Yeah, so for all of us in this room, we're constantly praying that those results will be positive. But, if they're not, that's okay because of this right here. One day, we'll all be healed. And that is just a recipe right there. It's not, food, it's not water, it's not things like that. But that is a recipe for life. That deer you shot, Riley, you're gonna get a mount back here in about a month, okay? You've got all these cool things, new toys, new clothes, everything else. But you know what? None of that really matters. Because one day, what's gonna happen to all these mounts? They're gonna tear up, they're gonna rot, and they're gonna be left here on earth. But what you read in this book, you'll take with you forever. And you can live forever by what you read in this book. So I hope you take this, just like I told your daddy. Take it, read a little bit every day. When you're feeling down, go back and look at Isaiah 40:31. Okay, read it. And what we're here for is to instill hope. And that is a hope with a capital H. That's why Catch a Dream is here, for you, to be here to support you. And Mom, Dad, Maddie, Riley, all those in this room, we're all now one family. You're a part of the Catch a Dream family. And we'll be here for you guys as long as you need us. We're a phone call away. While we may never all be in the same room together again, hopefully one day we'll be able to, but we just want to tell you we love you. Once again, we thank you, Mom and Dad, for allowing us to serve your family. And we wish you the best. We'll be praying for you. So, Riley, this is your book, your take. Come on up here. I'm not going to walk over there to you this time. It's got your name in there, okay? So I want you to take it, read it, and if you do nothing else, just remember that verse we talked about, okay? Come here. I need a hug. We love you, buddy. Love you.
We hope that you enjoyed Riley's hunt within 13 and all the extras we shared here on the cutting room floor. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, Riley. Riley, keep fighting it strong, brother. We all love you.
If you're interested in learning more about Catch a Dream or how you can help that great organization, please log on to their website at www.catchadream.org. Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Cutting Room Floor, only on DODTV. If you want to stay up to date with everything we got going on, please subscribe to our Drury Outdoors YouTube channel for all the latest and greatest. Until next time, safe hunting.